Hey there, Chris coming to you with another tour of a special spot in Garrett County. Today I'm going to be playing some disc golf at the Glades at Meshach Disc Golf Course at the McHenry Community Park on Bumblebee Road. Sometimes a little dismayed and that not a lot of people know where the park is, where the McHenry Community Park that's operated by the Deep Creek Lake Lions Club is. So I'm starting from the college here, from Garrett College, the big parking lot. This is Bumblebee Road, and we're gonna be turning here onto Bumblebee Road. You can see the new college ball field there on your right. And we'll be going up Bumblebee Road here. We're past Deep Creek Docks. Gonna go down this hill, we'll pass Camp Deep Creek, and the park will be up here on our left. So the McHenry Community Park is owned by the county and is operated by the Deep Creek Lake Lions Club, and proud member of the Deep Creek Lions Club. So all this stuff at the park has a special place in its heart for me. And you'll see up here on the left is going to be the beginning of the park. The boundary of the park there is those trees. We've got Camp Deep Creek, which is its own entity, on the right. But you'll see on the left, we've got our park, and that'll be the first turn here on our left, right before you get to Hart. So if you get to the dumpsters up here, you went too far. Here's where we're going to be turning in to come into the McHenry Community Park. Got the big gate there, and trails, dog park, disc golf. So coming in here, I'll roll down the window so it's not as dirty. And we've got a ball field here. So everything on the left here is the park. Everything on the right is park. When you come in and you're going to be using the park, please park on the left. And please heed the sign here. If you're going to be using stuff at the park, park on the left. And you can park where those boats are when the boats are gone, but please don't park on the right, because that's parking for Hertz employees and customers. So the disc golf start is up here, and we're gonna go up here and go ahead and get started at the disc golf. So I'll shut us off for now and pick us back up when we get started. Okay, I'm here over at the park, part of the park, and that's where I parked. So we've got some. We're roughing out where we're going to be putting the parking here, so we'll have some better gravel spots. But for right now, just kind of use your best judgment. Don't dig up any grass or anything. Got the practice tee right there. That's hole number 0. We've got kind of the welcome to the course and all of our sponsors. So there's still we have 5 more sponsors, ships that we could give out. So give us a call. Contact us if you'd like to sponsor a hole. This is a permanent sponsorship, so once you pay once, your stuff is on here forever and on the sign at each hole that you sponsored. And then on the back here, we've got the map of the whole course. It's an 18-hole course, and just generally we've got, the first 9 are kind of more in an open area here, and then the back 9 are more in the woods, just to give you a general idea. And then we got the layout of the rest of the park there. So I'll get started on hole number 1. Okay, so hole number 1 is just right here, right next to the starting sign there. We've got a box for take and leave discs. Looks like people have taken more than they've left, so hopefully we get some more in there. But the idea behind that is that if someone comes here and they've never played before, they don't have any equipment, they can at least get started. So please leave your old discs in here so people can at least get a heads up on this if they've never played and they kind of come out and want to check it out. We've got our kind of bulletin board, chalkboard for information about if you wanted to put any lost or found, or if you want to try and get a tournament going or something like that. And of course the all-important donation box. So we have a little running competition between the disc golf donation box, and you can see way down there is this brown box right there. That's for the dog park. So one drop box in front of the dog park, one in front of the disc golf, and the disc golf far and away brings in more money than the dog park. So I have a dog. You guys have probably seen my videos. I'm a big fan of my dog. But apparently disc golfers are more generous. So that's all I'll say. But here we are at hole 1, and I'll see if I can rig something up so you can see how bad I am on my first throw. Okay, and a couple more things to note on this sign at the first hole. We've got a good example of what you get as a sponsor. So you get your sponsorship permanently on that whole sign that you've sponsored. And then we've got a QR code to donate to the park there. So if you don't have cash on you, you've got a way to donate there. It goes to Venmo, credit card, PayPal, or even gives you an address to mail in a check. And then our link for UDisc. So get on there, and if you like the course, review us on UDisc. If you didn't, just don't say anything, right? But I'm going to see if I can set. So we've got our tee pad here, and all of our tee pads are compacted rock dust underneath the turf pad here. And here we go. And apparently, I don't know much at all about disc golf. Apparently this is a pretty hard hole to start out with, because it's really hard to just throw a disc completely straight. And it's pretty windy today, so we'll see how I do. I guess not terrible, but I'll pick it up and go from there. Okay, we're skipped ahead to 7, and kind of have, from the first hole, you've come down here and around and up here. This is one of my favorite holes. It's got a nice view over the ponds there. You can see the flag that we're going for down there. You got to avoid the pond. So there's a couple of holes that have water traps. And again, we'll see how we do here. So let me prop up my camera again. Spencer, no. No, Spencer, no. Okay, we are here at hole 9. I think the longest hole, and it's uphill. I don't even know if you'll be able to zoom in. You can see the flag right there. So it's a pretty good drive here. We'll give it a shot. So we're here at hole 9. Finally got it in, and gives you a good view of the kind of the first area, the first 9 here. Kind of started up there. That area where the yellow piece of equipment is going to be, where the pump track is going to be, the bicycle pump track. And we've got a lot of extra space down here to do stuff with, so keep those ideas coming in for what you'd like to see at this park. So if you've had enough, there's a path that goes back and kind of takes you back to where you started. Or if you want to keep going, you continue up here where that red arrow is to do the back 9. And we'll head up that way. So here at hole 10, you get a little idea of the difference in a woods course versus being out in the outdoors. You start here, and you kind of get it around the trees, and you can see You know, here's the T-pad, and yeah, so I mean, if you had some sort of amazing shot all the way through those trees, you could get it. But typically people kind of take that curved path up there. So we'll see how I do. Okay, I did okay there. And a couple of notes on, especially in the woods here, we are trying to have, you know, nice arrows to tell you where to go to the next hole. And hopefully that's, you know, you kind of go across there and hopefully you see the sign or the T-pad for the next hole. So we're working on that. It's definitely a little bit of a struggle of how much do you want it to be obvious and how much do you not want it to look like you're in Manhattan with signs everywhere. So, but definitely let us know if you struggled at certain points throughout the course to find certain, you know, where to go for the next hole. Another important to note is back here in this section is that you'll be sharing the area with trail users. So this is part of the disc golf, but then you're going to cross over one of the trails for our 6 mile plus trail system. And so just be cognizant of that. We designed it so that none of the holes cross over trails. So hopefully there is minimal chance of throwing a disc into someone who is walking on the trails, but anything is possible. So check your throws, be sure you know where you're throwing, but hopefully that has been minimized so that you won't do that. So we're on to the next hole here, and wish me luck. Okay, and saving maybe the best or the worst for last, hole 18. Definitely the longest of these woods holes. And again, it's like a straight shot out to the basket, but you gotta weave it through a lot of trees. So we'll get down and see how long it takes me to get down to that hole, and we'll wrap up. Okay, and we made it. I lost the disc on that one. So my scores definitely would be in the triple digits probably. But yeah, here we are at the end, and this way will take you back to generally where we started. I'll do a video of the end point where you get back to the park and do a little commentary on the wrap up. Okay, so if you did the full 18, you should end up generally here. You may come out over there too. It's just a little bit of confusing. There were a lot of trails back here, so we're doing our best to kind of close down the old ones and use the new ones. But you know, it's a couple hundred feet, so no one's gonna get lost forever out here. But what's great is this puts you out into the trailhead for our Meshach Browning trail system. So we've got a number of depictions of Meshach Browning. He and his wife Mary were one of the earliest settlers of Garrett County, and he wrote a book of his hunting tales, 44 Years of the Life of a Hunter. A lot of other great details about what life was like in early 1800s of what would become Garrett County. So we're in the midst of cleaning this stuff up, our spring clean, but check this stuff out. There's a lot of cool stuff about Meshach and Mary. Sculptures, we've got a lot of art we're working on, and interpretive panels here underneath the lean-to roof. Got a depiction of Mary there, 3D printed panel collage. And then coming up behind here is our world famous water ski throne that celebrates our blind camper program, where we bring kids who are visually impaired to the lake area so that they can experience all the great outdoor recreation stuff. But that's the subject for another video. But all this stuff is brought to you by the Deep Creek Lake Lions Club, deepcreeklions.org. Hit that QR code at the beginning of the disc golf course, or hey, look at that. We've got one right here. Scan that code if you're watching on your phone and donate to the club. That will support all the great stuff we're doing out here, the trails, the dog park, the disc golf. And oh, by the way, we also accept boat donations to sell at our boat auction. That's one of the big money makers of the club. So if you got an old boat that you'd like to get rid of, let us know. We'd be happy to take it off your hands. So contact us, deepcreeklions.org. Thanks and happy throwing.